House Republicans, interestingly, are going to release an agenda later this year. Senate Republicans, Mitch McConnell, doesn't want to do that. What are the concerns of House Republicans? I mean, they have the momentum, they have the issues, they have energy prices, they're talking about the border. Is there a way for them to blow this in the House, or is it pretty much a slam dunk that they're going to win the lower chamber?
So I think the winds are obviously blowing in their direction with rising crime rates, the issues at the border, Biden repealing Title 42 at the border, the economy, like you said. But I think there is, especially in the suburbs, there's always the concern that some of these candidates, and this is definitely true for the Senate, but some of these very conservative candidates in these Republican primaries could appear more radical and very much put on that ultra-conservative front. And if they come out of that primary, Democrats in the suburban districts, for example, could pounce on that and paint these candidates as extremely radical, something that may not play in a suburban district, for example. In the Senate, I think that's probably an even bigger problem. And I think the Senate Republicans have a bigger issue than House Republicans right now. We're seeing in a lot of these Senate Republican primaries, very bloody primaries in a way.
They are.
And that's, Ohio, for example, Pennsylvania, Arizona to some degree.
In moving to the Senate, it is far from a slam dunk because of the map. I mean, Democrats and Republicans, as Republicans are defending twice as many seats, because of all the defense that Republicans have to play, what is their road to the majority? Is it taking out Warnock and then holding everything else? Is it winning in New Hampshire? Sununu not running for Republicans was a big blow. What do you think their best way to get, because they've got to defend a lot of seats, and they've also got to win at least +1, if not more, in case they lose one of those North Carolina or Pennsylvania seats.
Right. So I think their road initially was trying to get some of these more moderate Republican governors or non-Trumpian Republican governors like Chris Sununu in New Hampshire, Larry Hogan in Maryland, Doug Ducey in Arizona to run for Senate, and they declined that. So I think Georgia, a lot of it lies within Georgia, taking out someone like Raphael Warnock.
Yep.
Wisconsin, defending Ron Johnson. I understand that Ron Johnson has defied expectations, but I think we're going to see that Democratic primary up there really heat up. I think Arizona and Nevada are also very important states to watch as well.
And Democrats really have to defend both those seats. I mean, especially Nevada, which has been trending more blue. Mark Kelly's a very strong candidate, but Biden's numbers in Arizona are not very good. That has to, and we're seeing these moderates in the Senate. You mentioned Title 42, the immigration policy. They're not big fans of that. They're really creating distance, or they're trying to, between them and the White House. Last question. You have two leaders of the Republican Party. The leader is still Donald Trump, the former president. He's been very active in endorsing candidates, especially going after people, Republicans who voted to impeach him. But there's this massive rift with Mitch McConnell. Do you see any kind of, it seems like they haven't spoken in forever, January 6th. Do you think there's going to be some type of peace process between Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump anytime soon?
It's hard to say. I don't see it in the near future. I feel that Trump looks at this very personally. I think Mitch McConnell and Rick Scott are people who would, for the sake of winning the majority, would put personal differences aside and focus on winning the majority. And I think we saw Mitch McConnell try to do that throughout the Trump administration. Donald Trump is treating so much of this as deeply, deeply personal. And I think he's also looking at it as a dry run for 2024. I don't know, obviously I think he would like Republicans to keep control or to regain control of the Senate, but I think he's more focused on his personal brand and how his personal brand impacts this election and what it looks like for his chances going into 2024.